Hello, Trev here. I'm just going to do a video on the new Rockschool Guitar syllabus. So I've just bought loads of books. So there's grade 5, there's a Rockschool debut, there's grade 2, I've got a couple more. So grade 6, grade 1. So these are brand new books, and I'm just going to talk about them, and I'm also going to talk about the e-learning option, and just to see if they're worth it, and just give you a little kind of overview of the new books. So if you've not subscribed to the channel already and you like the content, please do click subscribe, and do watch all the way to the end to get a full overview of the new books. So if you've seen Rockschool before, the old books looked a bit like this, or maybe, oops, that's quite similar. We've got ones a bit like this. I think that was the next one. They started off, when I first started with Rockschool, very much with Rockschool originals, and as they've gone kind of more up to date, they've used sort of more pop tunes. So you can see with this new one, you've got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sort of pop rock tunes and 3 originals. In the older books, you've got far more originals. In fact, I think this one was see, look, it's even got a CD. Good old CDs. You've got all originals, and I'm just going to sort of talk a little bit about the differences. The first thing I've noticed about the books is that the old books were sort of a bit kind of more glossy, and they had little sort of sections on amp settings and sort of give you a little description on the piece. The new book is a bit kind of more kind of sort of, I guess, recycled paper like, and they've actually squashed the staves quite a bit more, so that the font is smaller, which for some people that's going to be a bit of an issue. Actually, I think kind of it's very nicely sort of neat, but when you're reading it, you're really going to have to sort of squint a little bit, I think, if you're like me, needing glasses or whatever. But it does look cool, and some of the tracks are pretty popular, so I'm sure everyone will enjoy it. It's about sort of £17-18. You can get a discount this month from the Rockschool website for 15%, and depending on where you shop, you might be able to get it a little bit less than that. But if you're looking for sort of under sort of £20, some of the later ones do cost a little bit more. As you go up the grades, it costs a little bit more. The e-learning book isn't much different in price, but if you get the actual paper copy, you can do like a top up to get the e-learning book. So I just want to show you a bit about the e-learning book. So first of all, if we just go to, maybe I'll make this a little bit smaller so I'm not quite so big in your face. Go to their website. So when you get any book, you get this sort of like download audio. So that's really important to do. Now you get download code in the front of the book, and that will give you the audio kind of files to play along to in the backing tracks. If you actually upgrade, like you can see, these are some of the books I bought. If you upgrade to an e-learning book for an extra £5, you get access to the e-learning platform. If I just show you around this briefly, as I've been sort of getting used to it, I think it's good. It's definitely kind of gives you sort of a bit like an online course. Those of you who have done a sort of online learning courses, so you can kind of click, like I've done there, you can read sort of, I don't know, the outline of the course, and then you can click in mark it done, and then it sort of like tracks your progress through the course. And it's sort of similar with the tracks. So if I kind of go Come As You Are, for example, a track, let's put me over here. In fact, let's maximize that and make me, like that. You can see you've got a few sort of different ways to play along. You can kind of just play
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
That's with everything. You can take away the guitar. You can play with a click track. So there are different ways you can kind of play along to it. Actually, there's a scrolling option as well, so you can scroll sort of just with one. Oh, let's put it back. Okay, so I don't want to do too much of it because I don't want to change the kind of copyright element as well. So I just found this, so you can change the tempo. I didn't think you could change the tempo, but apparently you can. So if you want to make it a bit slower and practice along to that. Which I think is really cool. That's really useful. So another kind of option that is quite fun and potentially very, very useful is to record. So you can record, let's see if I can do a little bit of guitar on this. So it's just an acoustic guitar, but that should work okay. And I did have a plectrum. That's the normal. So many plectrums, maybe I'll... Oh, there it is. Okay, so if I was to click to the backing track and then just record a little bit, make sure that tempo is back to normal. Okay, so if I click record.
Come as you are. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so I did a little bit, I did make a mistake on purpose so we can see what it does with a mistake. But you can see I've just played a little bit of the score. I scored 90, so that's cool. And if we have a little look, you can see kind of a cool green line where it thinks I've got it right, and some little yellow bits where I'm off key, and some red bits where I kind of make proper big mistakes. And you can also hear back. So that's my recording. You can hear where I slip up. So that's potentially really useful, just to sort of give you kind of a guide where you're going kind of wrong, and you can kind of practice the bits that you kind of want to get perfect and slow them down. And yeah, I think that's potentially a really useful part of the learning. It's a bit sort of technical. You've got to probably use headphones and a microphone, those sorts of things. But if you can manage and navigate all of that, that's very, very worthwhile. It also has the other bits of the book, like the kind of power chords. You've got sort of technical exercises and like one test, which doesn't particularly prepare you that well for the exam, but I mean, it's better than nothing. Just having sort of one little sight reading test and one little memory recall and one rhythmic recall, or maybe two rhythmic recall. But in terms of testing, you're obviously testing something you haven't seen before or heard before. So yeah, it's quite cool. Let's have a little look at what's the other one I did? Grade 6. Yeah, so I got a little bit of grade 6. Let's have a little look at one of the exercise type things. What about tapping? Yeah. So yeah, it goes into some other sort of different technical elements. So you can we slow down the tapping? Let's see if we can slow it down and see what that sounds like.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's cool. That's the full speed. So yeah, that would be really useful if you're learning tapping. Let's do one little bit of a song, and then I'll see if we can talk about the paper books again. Smooth, yeah, is a track that is really cool. One of my kids was learning it today. And let's have a little listen to the beginning of this.
Smooth. 1, 2.
Like 7 inches.
Yeah, so they've obviously got sort of a kind of a session singer and a session band playing all of these sort of bits. So it's quite interesting hearing the track that's sort of so close to the original, but is actually completely not the original at all. So you've also got some other bits like a tuner. So that's a little tuner that's quite helpful. I like it. There's many things in this. I like it a lot. I would say though, in terms of the scrolling, let's go back to page, it doesn't seem to be, and do let me know in the comments if I haven't found it, there doesn't seem to be a way of downloading, say, a PDF. So you can't really print from these ebooks, which I think is a bit annoying, because actually I quite like the paper. I quite like sort of the ability to have sort of the e-learning playing, and then I've got actually a paper kind of copy. If you want to do that, buy the book and then upgrade it to the e-learning with an extra sort of £5. I don't think there's a way of doing it the other way around. But yeah, and it has all the scales and modes and things, and other little videos. So it does link you. It's quite cool, like an e-learning book. Like a full. You've also got e-learning books on some of the older Rockschool. You can see they have got ebooks as well. So this might be, I'm just coming a bit late to the party, so to speak, because I can probably get an e-learning book, and I might do that for my grade 4 piano book, because I've got someone learning grade 4 piano, and that might be helpful for them. So as a teacher, I kind of feel like the e-learning books are kind of a nice resource, sort of an extra resource to sort of kind of keep people sort of on track and give them some other ideas and stuff. As a self-learner, it's also quite nice because you can kind of record yourself and give yourself kind of little feedbacks and goals, especially if you're an adult learner. They are expensive books though, so really knowing which one you get, I certainly wouldn't encourage getting as many as I've got, because I'm like, surrounded by so many books. And but they are good, and if you get one at the right level, it can take a lot of enjoyment, and a lot of time to sort of complete each grade. So yeah, I hope you found that useful. They're brand new books this year. There's not many actual resources online for them yet. I'm not sure how it works. Like if I was to record a backing track or a teach video to one of the tracks, whether that would give me a copyright strike or not, and sort of, I have to be careful a little bit with that. But do let me know if there's any particular sort of information you'd like on the Rockschool books, or to see anything in future videos. That'd be great. And thank you for watching to the end, and take care. See you soon. Bye bye.